Everyone, it's Diane O'Brien. I am putting this video out today to help you find clients. For all of you recruiters out there, this is a call that I get, a question that I get from many recruiters looking for help on how do they find clients. Perhaps you're just entering the recruiting game and you need your first client, or maybe you're used to working with a lot of people's clients, other recruiters that have been feeding you through the years. Maybe you're sourcing or interviewing or screening, but you're at a point where you want to find your own client and kind of feed yourself, so to speak. And a lot of recruiters evolve into this if they want to. So there are two sides of this coin, I think. And the first side, I think, is the basic 101 ideas I can give you if you're just starting out. And then the other side is you're a little more advanced. I would give you a little bit more of a different route to take. So, but what both of those have in common, whether you're just starting or you've been at this for years, is that you want to make sure that you're starting to think a little bit differently about how to find clients. The question now with social media becoming so strong is you want to start asking your question, how am I going to have clients find me? And it's something that you should start asking or thinking about right now. Even if you're a sourcer just starting out behind your desk, you may not always be sourcing. You might want to go into recruiting and interviewing and later the biz dev. And so you want to get yourself out there, your profile, so clients can start finding you out there. And there's various ways to talk about doing that, which I'll save for a different video, but it's something you need to start thinking about. Okay, so how do you find a client? Let's start with 101 basics. Once you figure out your market and once you figure out who you're going to be going after to hire, and all this is in my book, Work From Home Headhunter, if you need more detail, but it's figuring out the market first, again, who you're hiring. If it's a salesperson, an engineer, doctors, lawyers, if it's a CEO of a company, what marketplace and what level are you hiring? Once you find that, you can basically go on the job boards. Indeed is a very popular one right now, Indeed.com, obviously the old standbys, Monster.com, Career Builder. And basically you're going on here and finding out who's hiring. That's where it all starts. That's what us recruiters do. That's what we do in biz dev. And then from there, it might be an HR that's advertising it, but you want to then use LinkedIn, which is so easy nowadays to find out then who the true hiring manager is, and put a phone call out, maybe an email. Again, if you're going social media, it's great because you can get on their Twitter page, or you can find out what blogs maybe they're writing to respond to for a very kind of warm way in. But that's basically how it's done. It's nothing fancy. Even with social media and the technology and tools that are coming out, it still is that person-to-person connection, whether it be a phone call, or if you're really creative and smart using video for a quick little maybe first touch point. There's some really cool technology coming out from some companies that has video mail and not the video interviewing. I know I talked about video interviewing years ago, which has become more commonplace, but this is video mail to make that first contact over email a little bit more personable, so you'll get more responses. So I'll save that as well for another video as far as tools of the trade. But really, that's the way it's done. You find who's hiring, you're putting the phone call out, you have your elevator speech ready, which again is another topic you can find in the book too. But if you get a little bit more advanced from there, then it's not only putting the phone calls out to who's hiring, but you're using other companies to help you do the basics, like the whole scrubbing and researching of who is hiring and giving you that list. So instead of you creating it, there are many companies now that can give you a list of 20 to 100 people that are hiring right now with their contact information. That way you're not wasting your valuable sales time actually trying to figure out just who to call. You have that list, so you've already basically outsourced and paid someone else to find that list for you, and then we get right into how you're going to call them and get the deal. So that's one thing to keep in mind.